Mr. Chair, I understand that the city mayor is not on the Zoom and the city administrator will be the one to answer for him. Is that
Yes,
correct?
sir. That is
Okay.
my also my understanding.
So my questions to the office of the mayor. Did you file a special civil action for expropriation against several residents in Ozamiz City on January 18, 2020 to give way to a housing project? Yes,
The city filed, indeed filed, Your Honor.
that's why. Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Isn't it true that the previous city officials approved a resolution dated February 18, 2019 seeking to stop the DPWH, the District Engineering Office in Tangub City, from undertaking the same project? Yes or no?
That was before my assumption of office. I have no idea. No, Your Honor. I have no idea on that matter, Your
Sir,
Honor.
sir, can I
I think for the first three questions, the DPWH is on
yeah,
board.
sir, it's like you are presiding over the hearing. I am the chairman. I will see how this hearing will proceed and how it will be. You're mapping out already the flow. I will say what the flow is, sir. If you may allow me to point out the flow, then I can do my job,
For
sir.
this congressional inquiry, so help you
Yeah,
God.
bakit,
Thank you.
Thank you, resource persons, for your time. Your service to this committee is invaluable. May we proceed with the first interpolator, DS Marcoleta. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I was just on my second question. The answer given by the city administrator is that he did not know about the resolution which I asked. So I will present the resolution, Mr. Chair. It is resolution number 5719. This is the previous administration. They sought to stop the DPWH in that area from undertaking the same subject. So this is my Annex B in my presentation, Mr. Chair. Question to the office of the mayor. The two condo type buildings are located in Barangay Lam-An. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Who is the chairman, the barangay chairman of Barangay Lam-An?
As far as I know, it is Barangay Captain Sancho Waminal, Your Honor.
How is he related to DS Waminal?
He's the younger brother, Your Honor.
Younger brother, thank you. Were you aware that on August 24, 2020, in the program Face and Serve the People, slide one, please. Viwas Mainal went on air and he cited Republic Act 10752. Slide one, please. Mr. Administrator, is it not true that the land in Lam-An to which this building one is being constructed is not owned by the city government?
As of the moment, not yet, Your Honor.
As of the moment,
Yes, Your Honor.
but you have already constructed it, right?
I understand, Your Honor, that the
It's not what you understood. I'm asking you, as of now, it is not yet in the name of the city government, right?
yes, Your Honor.
Can you set up a project on a property not owned by the Ozamiz government?
Yes, Your Honor.
How is it so?
Your Honor, a writ of possession has already been issued. The property was already vacated by its occupants, and there was a government project on that site. It was the DPWH that implemented it, Your Honor.
Okay. Kabuti na lang inamin mo. Did the residents voluntarily vacate their houses or their houses were demolished?
They voluntarily vacated, Your Honor, and it was even, I understand, the contractor who helped them remove some of the remnants, Your Honor.
That's
that
okay.
were not-
Kung voluntary, okay na yun. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please. Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, I'd like to make of record that the residents of Ozamiz that gave rise to this resolution is not only a single family, Mr. Chair. In fact, I will have to already inform the representative of the Office of the Court Administrator that a case was already filed with the Supreme Court directly, considering that this was made in extreme urgency, and considering further that the courts are in lockdown. Their lawyers made it sure that it will reach the Supreme Court. Kasi masyadong mabagal kung pupunta pa sila Court of Appeals, because they are being faced now of, they are facing what they called in their complaints inhumane demolition of their houses. So this is Lisel Torres et al. Versus Soliver C. Peras, presiding judge of RTC branches 15 and 35, GR number 250-170. I'd like to make a record also, Mr. Chair, that
Mr. Chair, parliamentary inquiry. Is the question addressed to the court administrator in a way influencing the Supreme Court to decide the case?
I think nobody can influence the Supreme Court because it's a separate and distinct branch of the government. It is just a simple question, and I hope the deputy court administrator will not answer if he feels it is exerting undue influence on him.
thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm putting this on record because of an earlier statement that this representation did not have all the names of the residents who were complaining of the demolition. As a matter of fact, on January 11, 2020, 15 residents and their families already wrote to the committee secretary of the Committee on Ethics and Privileges, asking that their case be heard on issue of dignity, reputation, and conduct of a lawmaker, and I was given a copy of their complaint filed in the Committee of Ethics. So it is not unimaginary. It's not imaginary, Mr. Chair. This is a real case filed by residents in.
Let's stick
Misamis
to
City.
1197 House Resolution.
Yes, Mr.
Yes.
Chair.
Yes.
I was about to say, but you have rolled it already, and I move that it should be stricken out of the records. That particular.
We do not take striking out very like left and right. We strike out. I think I've ruled, and that is enough. DS Ominal.
Thank you.
Question to the Office of the Solicitor General. You said a while ago that the local government can use Republic Act 1052. Did you not say that?
Yes, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, we said
And under
that.
Section 3, if the local government resorts to Republic Act 10752, they will only expropriate rights of way, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Only rights of way.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, but in this case, they expropriated several lots of land belonging to residents. That's not the right of way because they're going to construct 2 multipurpose buildings in those area. In that case, Mr. Representative of the OSG, was it right for them not to have resorted it through your office? Kasi dapat kayo.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, our office only represents the national government.
I know. But considering that when they utilized and resorted to Republic Act 10752, they did not only expropriate right of way, but a location for purposes of building 2 housing projects. Do you think the measure or the action taken by the LGU is correct?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, when we speak of the Right-of-Way Act, we speak not only of securing private lots, but also of implementing project on those lots. secured by the government.
That is a right of way.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is your opinion.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And if they resorted to 10752, you already specified the three requirements. The amount equivalent to the sum of 100% of the value of land based on current value, zonal value of the BIR. That's number one. That's correct. The replacement cost of current value of the improvement and structures determined by the implementing agency, together with government financial institutions with adequate experience in property appraisal and independent property appraiser accredited by the BSP. And also the current market value of crops and trees within the property determined by government financial institution and independent appraiser. All this must have been immediately deposited in court in favor of the owner. Is it not?
Yes, Your Honor.
If these requirements are not deposited, for example, we have to ask whether or not the city government have deposited 100% of the value of the land based on current zonal value of the BIR. I'd like to ask the BIR, what is the present zonal value in Lam-An today? Is the BIR representative present?
Mr. Chair, it's a point of order. On matters which are now pending with the court and discussing on that very issue, would it be...
Mr. Chair, why am I being... I thought we had
I'm
an
just
agreement
asking
already
the-
that I
I'm
will
just
not
asking
be
the ruling of the
interrupted.
That's why
Every time that
I want
speak,
to figure out. That's why I'm also puzzled. I think let's just give him a little leeway. It's just the BIR who will answer.
No, because these are matters taken
Mr.
up by
Chair,
the
he has
court,
already
Mr. Chair.
recorded this
So
continuing
it is-
objection. That was already enough. It was not necessary for him to interrupt this representation every time I raise a question. Otherwise, he will be misinterpreted as somebody who is trying to cover up this whole hearing.
Mr. Chair, I'm just doing what is supposed to be my duty as representative
You
of
are
the people.
not doing
And
what
it is my right,
supposed to be. You have no right to interrupt.
Mr. Chair. No, I'm raising an issue which is now
Yes,
the
I will
issue.
rule. I will rule on this. DS Ominal under Rules Section 1, Paragraph 2, the filing or pendency of a case before any court, tribunal, or administrative body shall not stop or abate any inquiry conducted or carried out by this committee.
Wala na lang gagawin, Mr. Chair, kung hindi interrupt ako, paano ako matatapos dito? I have here a document showing that Judge Peras was receiving allowances from the city government. Do you allow the members of the judiciary to moonlight?
Of course not, Your Honor.
Okay. Somebody said that this is the usual practice. This is the normal practice. Is this the normal practice for the judges of the judiciary?
Moonlighting, Your Honor, is different from receiving allowances from the local government unit, Your Honor. Of course, with respect to
Okay.
receiving allowances, Your Honor.
Do you allow them to receive allowances?
Your Honor, this is actually allowed under the local government code, Your Honor, particularly section 447, Your Honor.
The local government code?
Yes, Your Honor.
They say that they can give allowance to the judges.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you please?
Yes, Your Honor. Let me
Educate
just cite let me just read it for you, Your Honor, if I may be allowed. Insofar as section 447 of the local government code is concerned. It provides here that, and I quote, Your Honor, just for the record, powers, duties, functions, and compensation. Section 447A, the Sangguniang Bayan as the legislative body of the municipality shall enact ordinances, approve resolutions, and appropriate funds for the general welfare of the municipality and its inhabitants pursuant to Section 16 of this code, and in the proper exercise of the corporate powers of the municipality is provided for under Section 22 of this code and shall. Going now to number 1, subsection 11. When the finances of the municipal government allow, provide for additional allowances and other benefits to judges, prosecutors, public elementary and high schools teachers, and other national government officials stationed in or assigned to the municipality. If I may say, Your
So-
Honor, that receiving the allowances is different insofar as the discharge of our adjudicative duties are concerned, Your Honor. To be honest
Tama
about
naman
it,
yun eh. Tama naman yun. Ang
it does
sinasabi ko
not in
lang,
any way come into play insofar as our decisions are concerned, Your Honor.
well, that's good. Sana ganun nga. I'm trying to elicit this because
Yes, Your Honor.
of the circumstances, revolving around this case.
Yes, Your Honor. We do respect that, Your Honor.
The
Ipona.
one who responded earlier, Mr. Chair.
Yes. Director Ipona, are you online?
Yes, sir. District Engineer Hipona, sir.
You were asked earlier about this report that was generated through the PMCA,
PCMA.
or PCMA, sorry.
PCMA.
And you are now alleging that it was May 2020 instead of January 31, 2020. Is that what you were trying to say?
Yes, sir. As of May 31, 2020, our report is 71.36%, sir.
Okay. So, are you impugning this report because this report came from you? This is DPWH's 2019 status of contracts report.
This is as to record, sir.
This is 1/31/2020, 12:04 hours in the morning. So, are you refuting this, that this report is not true?
Wait a moment, sir. I'll look at report, PCMA report.
This is a 102-page report.
This is our generated report, PC.
I was informed by the regional director named, I think the family name is Tan, that this is the usual system of reporting. The project engineers on the ground feed the system. And so, by this report, January 31, 2020, project 19KJ0186 is already 71.36%. According to the contractor I asked earlier, he had commenced construction only in May 2020. So how come that this report, as early as January, na hindi pa naman nag-uumpisa pala yung project dahil magsisimula pa siya ng Mayo, bakit 71.36% na? Are you impugning the veracity of your own report?
No, sir. Because in here, in our June 1, 2020 report, which is reflective of the May report, it is stated here 71.36%. Now,
I am concentrating my question on this report. Sana nandito ka para ipakita ko na sa iyo mismo. Hindi sa akin galing ito, sa inyo ito. This is a 102-page report. On page 73, if you will draw your attention to that page, nakalagay dito yung project sa Lam-An is already 71.36% as of January 31, 2020. Now the question is, are you impugning your own report?
no, sir.
Oh,
Because
ano yung sinasabi mo?
this project, sir, is composed of 2 sites.
I know that. So ano yung 71.36%? The building 1 or the building 2?
That's the total accomplishment of building 1 and building 2. That's the accumulated accomplishment. Because in Maubang, sir, we have the Malaubang, it is 30% accomplished. It is 28% accomplished, and in Lam-An we have 42% accomplishment. So therefore, we add on that at the 71.36.
Alam mo, para madali tayo, yung building 1 ang nauna kaysa sa building 2, tama? Yung building 1 is nationally funded. Yung building 2 is local. Okay. Ngayon, tinanong ko yung contractor ng building 1, kailan ka nagsimula, sabi ko. Sabi niya, nagsimula ng May 2020. Okay. Kung nagsimula siya ng May 2020, bakit meron ka ng accomplishment na 71.36%, January 31 pa lang?
Kasi I believe, sir, the contractor was saying about Lam-An section. It does not include Malaubang section, which was started earlier than Lam-An section. So, earlier.
Alam mo, engineer, check natin kung nagsisinungaling ka eh. Kasi, paano mauuna yung Malaubang? Ang pinag-uusapan natin, Lam-Ang. Yung Malaubang, 14 million project lang yun. Itong dalawang ito, tig 50 million.
Let me explain first, sir. Yung 19 KJ 0186 is composed of two sites and projects. First is the Malaubang section and the second is the Lam-An section.
Okay, ito na lang.
Pangalawang project,
Kasi pareho naman yung contractor ng building 1 at saka yung Malaubang. Andyan pa ba yung Alpha and Omega?
yes, sir. Oh, nandito pa rin,
Okay.
sir.
Contractor from Alpha and Omega. Kanina, tinanong kita kung kailan ka nagsimula sa Building 1. Ang sabi mo, May 2020. Kailan ka nagsimula sa Malaubang?
Malaubang, sir, December po, sir, Your Honor.
What? December ng ano?
2019 po, Your Honor.
Oh, December 2019. Anong status ng project mo sa Malaubang?
Malaubang po.
As of January
Gusto po, Your Honor.
31, as of January 31,
It was ongoing po, Your Honor.
hindi nga ganito eh. Ikaw ang contractor ng Malaubang at saka yung Building 1 sa Lam-Ang, tama?
Tama po, Your Honor.
Okay. As of January 31, yung Building 1 sa Lam-Ang hindi pa nagagawa. Sabi mo sa akin kanina, May
Tama
ka
po.
pa nagsimula, hindi ba?
Tama
20
po, Your Honor.
Okay. So, noong January 31, 2020, ibig mo sabihin yung Malaubang is 71.36% completed? December
I
ka
did not say that, Your Honor.
Hindi nga. Kailan ka nagsimula sa Malaubang? December 2019.
Yes
Anong
po, Your
araw?
Honor.
Anong araw?
The resume order was issued on December 27 po, Your Honor.
Okay, nagsimula ka December 27. 3 araw, 4 na araw lang, 71%, 71.36% na ang completion rate mo in Malaubang? Please answer.
We did not make that report po, Your Honor.
Sinong gumawa ng report na ito? This is DPWH. Let's go back to DPWH. Sabi mo kanina, where is he?
Hipona, Engineer
Oh,
Hipona.
Engineer Hipona, sabi mo kanina, kasama na kayo yung Malaubang. Oh, nagsimula sa Malaubang, December 27. After 4 days, ibig mo sabihin 71.36% ng completion ng project?
Sir, our report here, sir, is that 71.36 as of May 31, 2020.
Hindi nga ito yung sinasabi ko, pabayaan mo yung May mo. Ang sinasabi ko, ito yung report ninyo as of January 31. Hawak ko nga eh. Pagkatapos sinasabi mo kanina, siguro po kamo yung mga project.
I don't have any personal knowledge regarding that, sir, because according to our report, sir, it is May, that is 71.36.
Oh, pwede ngayon, meron kang ghost project. Because in here, as of January 31, 2020, 71.36% na. Ngayon, pinapalitan mo. May na naman. Kanina, tinatanong
Please,
ko, if
Marcoleta, please wind up
you're
your 40
disputing
minutes.
this report, sabi mo, hindi. So, meron ditong nagtatago, Mr. Chair. So, I will resort to the next round. Next hearing na? O sige, para makapag-prepare naman sila. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
DS Ominal, are you second questioning? Are you availing of the second round? Or
Just
or-
some clarificatory questions,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Chair. The distinguished author mentioned that there is a case filed before the Supreme Court with 15 petitioners. May we know when was the date
When was the date,
filed?
DS
And who
Marcoleta?
are the petitioners?
And who are the petitioners? Can you name the 15? Do you have names? Sa Supreme Court daw, hindi yung sa ethics. Supreme Court.
Mr. Chair, siya na lang ang maghanap. I already cited the case.
Mr. Chair, that is needed when we finally determine.
I will give you a copy when I get the document, DS Ominal. Is
Yeah.
that okay with you?
That is just a preliminary question, Your Honor, to
Okay.
drive my point. Because my second point is whether or not, as of today, those petitioners on record are still interested in the petition.
Okay.
Because probably, maybe at that time, there was the negotiation between the LGU and the concerned petitioners have not yet been settled. So that when we heard the presentation of the LGU earlier, that they were already out of court settlement with the settlers in the area, leaving only
Okay.
to one family. So that is why it is imperative to know who are these names, so that probably
We will invite those in the document affected in the next hearing, okay? So that we will have two sides, and if they are interested or disinterested in this.
I think, Mr. Chair, to disturb these people to
Okay,
come-
we will not invite. What do you want?
We would just like to know from the author, Mr. Chair, who are these, so that we can also
Yeah, I will
inquire.
furnish you the names before the next hearing. I promise you. Okay.
Okay, because I will yield my 23 minutes to the distinguished representative from our power sector. We might have some good query.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Are you sure? Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I think the resource speakers present here.
As there are no
fully-
other interpellators for the second round, I give the floor to Presley De Jesus.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. After hearing the presentations of the author as well as the positions of our invited resource persons, it is the position of this representation that the issues raised in the House Resolution 1197, particularly on the violations of existing laws by DPWH, LGUs, and government agencies, tantamount to malfeasance, misfeasance, and nonfeasance, as are well within the jurisdiction of this committee. Thus, I move that the committee assures jurisdiction over 1197. So move, Mr. Chair.
Is there a
Second
second?
the motion, Mr. Chairman. Second the motion.
Second.
Mr. Chair,
Second.
Has been carried.
Objection, Mr. Chair. I have an objection,
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Wait.
I am not expecting that we are going to vote today because I was
Mr.
thinking that-
I don't want to tackle things in private. I want it in an open hearing. This is a Julie, it is the intention of this committee to only the members can settle that.
Yes, I know, Mr. Chair.
But we can
how
do
can
it.
they-
We can do it.
Upon the
I'm
members-
what I'm avoiding, Mr. Ominal, is the campaigning and calling members one by one
No,
by people, because I have received reports that they have been called one by one. So in order to ferret out the independence of every member, I think they heard already the side, your side, his side, the statements of the resource persons. I think they're intelligent enough as in representatives of the people to decide for themselves. If they're intelligent enough, we have no monopoly of ideas. We have no monopoly of people. I think you should let them vote. I think we are old enough to vote for ourselves.
Yes, Mr. Chair. We go on voting. We cannot go on voting if I'm
Yes,
not
we can vote
raising
because there are
objection.
15 members present.
Yeah.
It's more than the quorum.
I'm just raising, Mr. Chair. I was thinking that on the minutes of the hearing today, its members will be furnished, and so that we can fully appreciate
Actually, the ruling of the chair, I think, let us ask Sir Presley, why did you make that motion? Because the logic and the logic of your motion is being questioned now.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, actually, for the benefit of everybody, we heard them talking around almost 3 hours.
Actually, it's 4 hours. 4 hours.
Paulit-ulit na lang tayo. So we know the evidence, both sides.
This
We
is
have
just jurisdiction. Am I correct?
Yes, and we're just assuming the jurisdiction in the case of House Resolution 1197. Only
Okay.
jurisdiction, Mr.
I
Chair.
think I have.
Okay, Mr. Chair, so we now go on to a vote.
Oh yes, we vote now. Members present, nominal voting. I order the committee secretary to do nominal voting. If this committee